Have you ever had one of those days where your brain just feels foggy? You walk into a room and forget why you're there. You can't find the right word in a conversation, or you just feel mentally slower than you used to. I know I have, and it's scary, right? It makes you wonder, is this just part of getting older? Is it all downhill from here? Oh, well, what if I told you it doesn't have to be? What if there were people in their 80s and 90s whose brains were as sharp and vibrant as people in their 50s? They exist, and they're called super-agers. The idea of super-agers completely fascinated me. These are individuals who seem to defy the typical cognitive decline associated with aging. Scientists have been studying them for years, trying to unlock their secrets. And what they've found is that it's not just about winning the genetic lottery. A huge part of it comes down to lifestyle, specific habits, and routines they follow every single day. So, I asked myself the big question: could I adopt their routine? Could I, even in my 30s, start building a super-ager brain? I decided to find out. For the next 30 days, I committed to living like a super-ager. And let me tell you, the changes I experienced were nothing short of incredible. My brain, it changed. And today, I'm going to share the entire journey with you, step by step. So, what exactly is the super-ager routine? After diving deep into the research, I broke it down into 4 core pillars. The first, and arguably the most important, is diet. It's not about some crazy, restrictive fad. It's about consistently fueling your brain with the right nutrients. Super-agers tend to follow a diet that looks a lot like the Mediterranean or Mind diet. Think whole, unprocessed foods. My mission for the next 30 days was clear: pack my meals with brain-loving ingredients. This meant lots of leafy greens like spinach and kale, which are loaded with vitamins K, lutein, and folate, known to support brain health. I started my mornings with a smoothie packed with spinach, or had a big salad for lunch every day. Next up, berries, especially blueberries. They're often called brain berries for a reason. They are packed with flavonoids, which give them their brilliant color and have amazing antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. I made it a point to have a cup of mixed berries every single day, either in my oatmeal, my smoothie, or just as a snack. Then there's the healthy fats, specifically omega-3 fatty acids. These are crucial for building brain and nerve cells. So I incorporated fatty fish like salmon into my diet twice a week. On other days, I relied on walnuts and flax seeds. Just a handful of walnuts became my go-to afternoon snack. This healthy diet wasn't just about adding good stuff, it was also about reducing the bad. I significantly cut down on red meat, processed foods, and most importantly, sugar. Sugar is a major driver of inflammation, which is terrible for brain health. This was probably the toughest part, but the results were worth it. This focus on immune-boosting foods and natural remedies from the kitchen felt incredible. The second pillar of the super-ager lifestyle is physical activity. And no, you don't have to become a marathon runner. The key is consistent, moderate movement. The research points to about 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week. That breaks down to just over 20 minutes a day. I chose activities I actually enjoyed to make sure I'd stick with it. I started with brisk walking. Every morning, before even looking at my phone, I'd go for a 30-minute walk in my neighborhood. It wasn't just about the physical exercise. It was about the fresh air, the morning light, and starting my day with a clear head. A couple of times a week, I added in some light strength training using resistance bands at home and found a beginner-s yoga class online. The goal wasn't to push myself to the absolute limit, but to get my heart rate up and my body moving. The connection between exercise and brain health is profound. It increases blood flow to the brain, reduces inflammation, and even stimulates the growth of new brain cells. Pillar number 3 is something we often neglect in our busy lives: lifelong learning and mental stimulation. Super-agers don't retire their brains. They are constantly challenging themselves with new and complex activities. They learn new languages, take up musical instruments, or dive into subjects they know nothing about. The key here is novelty and complexity. Simply doing the same crossword puzzle every day isn't enough. You have to push your brain out of its comfort zone. For my 30-day challenge, I decided to learn something completely new to me: coding. I used a free online platform and committed to just 20 minutes a day. It was hard, really hard. My brain felt like it was stretching and groaning in ways it hadn't in years. I also made a rule: less passive scrolling on social media and more active reading. I picked up nonfiction books on topics I was curious about, from astrophysics to ancient history. It was about trading passive entertainment for active engagement. The final pillar, and one that science is increasingly showing is critically important, is social connection. Super-Agers tend to have strong, supportive social networks. They are active in their communities, have close friends, and maintain meaningful relationships. In our modern world, it's easy to feel isolated, even when we're connected online. So I made a conscious effort to deepen my real-world connections. I scheduled a weekly phone call with a friend who lives far away, not a text, an actual call. I joined a local book club, which combined my goal of mental stimulation with social interaction. I made sure to have at least one meaningful face-to-face conversation every day. It might seem simple, but these interactions are powerful. They combat stress, provide emotional support, and keep the parts of our brain involved in communication and empathy active and healthy. So 30 days passed. How did I feel? The first week was the hardest. The sugar cravings were real, and my brain felt fuzzy as it adjusted. Waking up early to exercise was a struggle. But then, something shifted. Around day 10, I started waking up before my alarm, feeling refreshed. The afternoon slump that used to hit me like a truck completely vanished. My focus at work became sharper. I could sit and work on a complex task for an hour without getting distracted. The brain fog I had accepted as normal was just gone. Words came more easily in conversation. My memory felt quicker. I remembered names from the book club and tiny details from conversations that I would have previously forgotten. The biggest change, though, was my mood. I felt lighter, more optimistic, and more resilient to daily stress. It was like a cloud had lifted. This 30-day experiment taught me that we have so much more control over our cognitive health than we think. We don't have to just accept mental decline as an inevitable part of aging. By making conscious choices, defueling our bodies with a healthy diet, moving our bodies consistently, challenging our brains, and nurturing our relationships, we can build a brain that stays sharp, vibrant, and resilient for years to come. This isn't about a quick fix. It's about building a sustainable lifestyle. The Super-Ager routine isn't a secret formula. It's a series of small, powerful habits that, when combined, create profound and lasting change. I'm definitely not stopping after 30 days. This has become my new normal. If you're feeling that brain fog, or just want to invest in your future self, I can't recommend this enough. Start small, pick one pillar, and just begin. Your brain will thank you for it. Thanks so much for watching my journey. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more content on health and wellness. I love to hear from you in the comments what S1 habit you'd like to try. See you in the next video.